5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The recording is now started.
Thank you, Hendrik. My most faithful student. He's here every Saturday without fail, except for the day he went to Joburg for his practicals. Hendrik, how are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. Governor, and you?
I'm doing well. Excellent, now that you've joined me. Okay, so Hendrik, just tell me, assessment 3, have you submitted it?
I've submitted one attempt, Mr. Governor. I'm
Yes.
going to try the next one when I'm done here.
Sure. Excellent. Do you have any queries or questions that I could help you with, Hendrik?
Nothing really specific, Mr. Governor. I'm still busy waiting for the reply from ma'am.
Yes.
But let somebody else maybe have a go, and I'll see if I can maybe throw something in a bit later.
Sure. Right. For the benefit of everybody else and for the students that listen to the recording, Hendrik is referring to the queries that he had regarding some of the alternative answers for some of the questions. I'm not going to tell you which one because you need to work with it on your own. And we're just waiting for a reply from the lecturer. Hendrik, you're not alone. There are other students as well that had contacted me. And as soon as I hear anything, I promise I'll let you know in the WhatsApp group or via email. But just
okay, thank you, Mr. Governor.
allay your fears, Hendrik. In the past, if there was a query or a question that students found was ambiguous or there wasn't a correct answer, then very often the student had the benefit of the doubt, they would get their mark, all right? So don't stress regarding, whether you're going to get marked down or no marks or whatever, okay? I hope that helps you, Hendrik, and for the benefit of other people as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So there was another question that came up before we started recording. I think it was Pagani. Pagani, you had a question regarding code blocks. Pagani, you want to ask the question again for the benefit of the other students and for the people that watch the recording or listen to the recording?
Oh, my question was that, are we allowed to use code blocks while we are writing exam?
Okay, that's a very nice question. It's a good question because code blocks will help me answer, the output from code. So Pagani, I'm going to answer you as to what happened in the past. By the way, see how lucky you are, students, that I have been doing this for a number of years, and I can always count on, say, listen, this is what I did happened in 2023, 2022. Okay, so in the years gone by, especially during COVID, when they moved from face-to-face exams to online exams using proctoring software, ma'am did allow the use of code blocks, right? So the students could use code blocks to answer the examination question. This year, Pagani, I'm not sure what's going to happen, and I'm hoping and I'm assuming that it's going to be the same. All right, Pagani? The other thing, Pagani, is that you'll have to do the exam online, I assume, right? They're using proctoring software called the Invigilator. So if that happens, then you can definitely use code blocks, right? We'll talk about that towards the examination. All right, Pagani? But for now, I would suggest that we sort out assessment 3 because in order to write the exam, you need to get a course mark, a DP mark. And the course mark comes from assessment 1, 2, and 3. Okay, Pagani?
Okay, Mr. Governor.
Sure. Any other questions, Pagani, related to exams or assessments or a year mark, course mark?
No question for now.
Good. Okay, great. Molapo, any questions, queries? Simon, Swift? No queries. Regarding assessment 3. Talk to me. I'm going to call up assessment 3. So Pagani, if you had to ask a question like this, whereas and you're sitting in the exam, so I'm just going to take assessment 3. Now let's take assessment 3 question. And I'm sharing my screen. Great. So if Pagani had to be sitting in the exam, and one of the questions in the exam was, what is the output of the screen, right? Output. Right, so let's see output. Let's look for a question that dealt with output. And Pagani, you could very easily use code blocks to answer that question, right? So if the question says, what is the output of the program below? So you could take code, you could copy this into code blocks. That's what I'm going to do, Pagani. Let's open up, keep my code blocks open in the background. So there's my code blocks opening. So this is for question number 25. So let's create a new project. Let's go next. Q25 underscore assessment 03. Next and finish. So Pagani, if this had to happen in the exam, you just open up code blocks, Control V, you make it look pretty. You sort out all the issues with the way you write the program. And run the program, Pagani, and you'll be able to answer the question. Oh, voids, include IO stream, using namespace, expected, oops, I forgot a terminator. And main must return int. Let's change that to int main. Cout was not declared in the scope. Help me here, Henrik. What's this issue here?
Mr. Governor, I see there at the back of namespace, usually it's namespace std, then the
Oh,
semicolon.
using namespace standard. Yes, using namespace standard. Correct. Thank you. Right. So there we go. It runs the program. Oh my goodness, it runs the program. Look what it gives me. While n is less than equal to 100. Right? Check it out there. Check it out there, Hendrik. The numbers are, right? So let's go and have a look at which is the alternative there. It prints natural numbers 0 to 99. It prints natural numbers from 1 to 99. Print natural numbers from 0 to 100. Print natural numbers from 1 to 100. It prints the numbers from 1 to 100. So which one is the alternative here, Pagani?
$200.
It's from 1 to 100, right? So it includes one. Can you see how you use code blocks to answer and help you with the question? Right? We just had to sort it out with all this using namespace standard and change void to int, right? Okay, but in actual fact, this program, if I had to be really technical, Pagani, I'll say that there was an error in it because it didn't compile. All right, but I'm not being too technical. All right, Pagani?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Hendrik, what do you think about using code blocks to answer a question, Hendrik?
It's very helpful, Mr. Governor. There's a lot of potential for it there.
Yes, there is potential. Definitely, right? So, in fact, oops, I actually gave you an answer for question 25, which I should not have done. But I know we're desperate. We write here, the assessment is on Monday. It's due on Monday, right? So let's see if I can take another one to help you. Let's see where they ask for the output. There's another question. Which one of the following options represents the output of the program below? Struct pixel int cr void pixel int main. So again, I'm going to copy this. Copy that. Open up my code blocks. Let's make that look pretty. In fact, I'll expect you guys to do that, right? Because I shouldn't be helping on with exam questions. Right. Right. So let's just I'll explain to you the display X, display Z. Right. Struct using namespace. Right, so this is where we declare the struct. This is where we declare an array. And this is the main program. And pixel is equal to. Okay, so this is what you need to do for this assignment question. You need to go and type it in to the, or copy it, paste it into code blocks and see how it runs. So very quickly or briefly, a struct is a record. It's a data structure. And within that data structure, you have fields, int C. So C is a field, R is a field. Both of them are declared to be integers. And if you need to call up a struct, you'll call it by its, this is where I'm calling it out here, XYZ. I'm saying it's a pixel. And you will need to refer to it by its field name and its record name and field name, right? So x.c or y.c, y.r. And plus equal to means whatever the value it was previously, you add 10 to that, all right? So I did a lesson on structs a couple of weeks ago so that you could answer this question. All right. So can you see how you're using code blocks to answer your question? All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So that'll help. But obviously you got to know programming. You can't just take for granted that, hey, this is how it is, and this is what I'm going to get as an answer, right? So what I'm going to, when I say show you is, I should not be doing this, but for the benefit of the students that are here, I should stop the recording. But let me just share my screen. So now that I'm sharing my screen, you should see quickly, very quickly what the answer is. All right. Pagani?
Yes, I can see
You
it,
can
sir.
see. Hendrik, you can check it out, Hendrik.
No, Mr. Governor, I didn't see anything.
Oh, okay, right. Good. I'm stop sharing, right? Okay, so that's what I want you all to use code blocks to help you with the assignment. Don't make life difficult, work smartly. But you got to know the data structure. You got to understand that that's how I had to, rewrite the lines of code. Okay. Everybody, you're cool with that?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let's see if there was a response to that answer there. It gave you something column. Let's run the program one more time. Column 50, row 50, column 50, row 50, column 25, row 50. Row 50. Is there an answer? Right. I'm not going to say anything. All right. Okay. That should help you. Let's see if I can help you with another one. There's a question. Which of the following options represents the output of the program below? Struct play, void calculate. Oh, there we go. This is also quite nice. So you can copy that. Control C, because again, they ask me for output. I mean, this happens in the exam as well, and they're allowing me to use code blocks. Like I said, I'm not the examiner. I'm not the moderator. I'm the tutor. And I can share with you strategies on how to answer the question. And I never saw the exam. So that I'm safe in that respect, right? So let me go and paste that, Control B. Let's make it look pretty again. So it should be like that. Void calculate. There's my reference parameters, Hendrik.
Oh, yes, Mr. Governor.
There we go. Check here. Play ampersand P. Int n equals 10. There we go. Right, let me just make it look pretty, or the way we like to read code. Some compilers will accept that as well. So if you notice, the way I actually look for a terminator, a semicolon, and I make that into a new line, right? So that it's easier to read. All right, so that's, there we go. Let's put an end line there. And there we go. There's my function call, calculate P, return. Right, so if you want to know the answer to that one, you can take all of that. That's from the previous program. There we go. Right. So again, there's my record with my two fields in it called score and bonus. That's how it looks like. That's what it looks like. And void calculate is a function. And it calls upon the struct. So if this was a story sum, I'll say once upon a time, there was a program. The program was a main program. It had a struct defined in it in line 13. In line 14 was a call to the function, the procedure, or the subroutine, if you want to say, calculate. It passes across P1 and 5. P1 is 10 and 15 goes across. And P score is incremented by whatever the value it had. P dot bonus, it's actually P dot bonus, not a space there. Plus equals to N, whatever the value of, it's incremented by N. And it displays the score and displays the bonus. It runs it, calls the procedure again in line 16, runs, right? So when you are reading the program, talk to yourself like this. Because when you are talking to it, your brain is listening to your own voice. That's why I say talk positive things as well. And talk to your brain because your brain is listening to your own words. And as you are narrating the program to yourself, you begin to get to grips with what the program is all about, right? You have plenty of time. If you spend 2 or 3 minutes per question, that's fine. You know? And if you got code blocks to help you with, which happened in the past. All right, so I'm going to run this program and let's see if the program gives me an answer in the background that looks something like what I have. And yes, I'm getting an answer. And so I'm going to quickly share my screen to see if we have anything like that, right? And don't look. And let me share my screen quickly. There we go. Pagani, can you see my can you see any answers there, Pagani? Do I help you with answers? Pagani.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you see any answers there, Pagani?
No,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
I can't see it.
You can't see. Hendrik, do I help you, Hendrik?
In this respect, Mr. Governor, no.
Of course not, right? So this is how you can use code blocks during the assessment and during this your exam to help you, right? I would like to think that when ma'am is setting the papers, or the papers have been set already, that it's application based, and even if they have code and you are gonna use code blocks or a compiler, online compiler, then they're testing you on your ability to narrate or read the code and to understand what's going on. All right. Hey, more people have joined. Latvia, Naledi. Hello, how are you? Hi, hello, Naledi. Oh, okay. You must be having issues with your, right? Okay, so that was how we tackled. What question was this? This was question. This was question 39, right? Question 39. I can see some good responses. This is similar to what I saw. Same thing would happen with question 40 as well. Would you like me to try question 40 as well, Pagani?
Yes, we may try it, but that one I think I can do it by myself.
Okay, all right. But let me. I've still got some time. I've got an hour to. It's 25 past 12. So let me just do it, right, Pagani?
No problem, sir.
Okay, sure. Let's do it, right? So I've got some time. Let's copy this. So let's copy that program. Copied it. I use my mouse, by the way, for those people that are wondering what am I doing. I use my mouse and I left click and I say copy. Then I open up my code blocks. And I'm going to remove. Let's just go and paste it there. Control V, paste it. Oh, it doesn't look nice. I'm going to make it look pretty because I need to kill some time as well. I'm kidding, right? And oops, let's make it look pretty. Right, so there we go. See out. And That's one line of code. My box, there's my declarations. Dimension, it's calling it. And what I also feel as you're doing this, you also tend to, I get to grips with how the programmer or the examiner set the paper. I don't know, what were they thinking? Right, so, right. All right, let's take out the other program. I don't need that. Ah, there we go. Right, so again, they're testing you on structs. There's a struct definition there in line 4 and 5. They have it. Yes. Right,
Quick
so
question while you are still
yes,
doing
yes,
this,
sure, Pagani, go ahead.
When writing exam, is it going to be like normally? Is it going to be in a quiz format, or is it going to be in a form of question paper?
All right, so let me tell you what again, Pagani, what happened in the past. In fact, I could share a question. I could share an exam paper. Thank you for that question. So let me go to my. I've got a past year paper. Let's read, right? So there's my exam paper. There's I've got the past year paper. Right, so there's the 2023 examination paper. Pagani, I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Right, so there's the question, there's the instructions. It says use Word document to answer the questions. Convert to PDF before submitting. Marks are awarded for part of an answer, so do whatever you are able to reach in each question. So Pagani, let's say, for instance, you had to answer this question out here. By the way, I answered this question in a previous video. So question 1.1, and they wanted to know what value will new val have after the code has been executed, right? So what happens, Pagani? You do it like this, open up Microsoft Word, and I'm going to say Q1.1.1, new val is, or let's put it equal to, I'm not sure what the answer would be, but if I had to work it out, so new val is variable 1 times that. Let's say new value is 15, right? So I'm going to say new val equals 15. I'll answer Q1.2, and whatever the answer is, I'll do Q2 and so forth. Now, Pagani, what I also tell my students is to include in their header the student number and their initials and the module code. So I like to do this as student number 214123456, Govender, GOVNDERTP, and it's cost 1511. That's my module, right? So that when the person is marking, it appears on every single page, right? I like to do that, to tell the students. And after that, at the end of it all, Pagani, you save it as a PDF, right? You'll save it as a PDF. And I'm going to say whatever it is, let's put it on the desktop. I'll save it as my student number, or whatever the instruction would be, 214123456, pass 1511 exam, and you change this to PDF, right? So I save it. Okay, why wasn't I unable to save it? Save as Adobe PDF. Yes, I do. And on the desktop, right? Students, and save it. Right. So now that I've saved it, there you go. It saved it out there, right? So it saved it. And Pagani, are you still with me, Pagani?
Yes, sir.
Right. So there's the question, Pagani, and this is what I will upload, right, Pagani? According to the instructions that they will give you on the day of the test or the exam. So Pagani, if you look at the where's my question? Thank you for that question, Pagani. So the question is, right. Stop the share and reshare my paper. Share. Let's go and share that. That's. Let's just close. I got so many tabs open. I don't need that. Sorry, 1 second, Pagani. Need that. So where's my there we go. Pagani. So if I look at the question, it says at the end of it all. Well, this doesn't make sense because this was an online exam last year. So let's see what are the questions that they had. Instructions, Pagani. So they said convert to PDF before submitting. Students must upload the answer script in a single PDF and must not be password protected, right? So that I did that, Pagani. You with me, Pagani? I did it as a PDF. You don't email the script, and you upload it according to the proctoring tool. Can you see this, question 9? Students who have not utilized the proctoring tool will be deemed to have transgressed UNISA examination, and marks will be withheld. Right? Then you have 10 minutes to upload it according to the proctoring rules, the proctoring software. Okay. Oh, the software that they used was Iris invigilation software. Okay. It wasn't the invigilation.
Yes.
Right, Pagani, does it answer your question about the exams?
100%, sir.
Okay, okay. All right, so I'm right. And now that we know that it's the Iris software, Iris Invigilator System, maybe you can Google what is this Iris Invigilator System as well, right? So just Google IRIS Invigilator. There's it, Iris Invigilator Software. Iris Invigilator Software. Right. There we go. UNISA uses Iris software. There's a setup of how it helps you, right? Okay, Pagani.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I do have it.
You do. Oh, you got Iris software.
Yes.
Okay, great, great. Thank you for that. All righty. So I hope that helps you with the assignment. Sorry, the question. Right. Let me see. Let me just go back to compile this. So what you would have had to do, Pagani, is run the program or run the whatever it is. You get an answer. So I'm going to show you an easy way of taking this across. All you do is you click on the top of this, click somewhere on the top here, and you will say, let's see. You click and you drag it. You say copy. Oh boy. It should give me the option to copy it. And for some odd reason, just like the copy and paste that I do, Control C. I'm pressing Control C on my computer. I open up my Word. Control V. There's the answer out here. So I'm going to say let's say it was Q7, Pagani. And there's the answers there. Right, Pagani?
Yes, sir. I've seen it, sir.
You've seen it. Great. So that's what, and also just leave this thing about processing and all of that. That just kind of shows you that, you use the compiler to do this. All right. Is that an answer that's there? 10, 11, 10. Let's see. 10, 11, 10, 10, 11, 10. Yeah, one of them looks like that, right? Okay. So let's see if there's another question that deals with output. Oh, question 41 also deals with output. Again, you can copy and paste. Run that. Get an answer. Question 42 also deals with output. 43 also deals with output. 44 also with output. 45, yes. So Pagani, I think you can gather what I'm going to tell you. I'll say copy this as is using namespace and all that goes with it. Copy that. Open up code blocks. Let's open up a new program. File, new project. Control A, delete that, Control V. There's my program out here. And run the program. Should give me an answer. 570 and 10. 570 and 10. Ooh, there. I'm not telling you which one it is, right? I don't help you with answers. All right. Hendrik, you're supposed to say, do I help you with answers, Hendrik?
No, Mr. Governor, not in this case, no.
No. Pagani, did I help you with answers, Pagani?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. I don't. Right, I don't. Okay. So, but you gotta understand what's going on in this program, okay? You can't just say, hey, I just took the computer and answered it, and you gotta know that, listen here, this is the program when it runs. It starts from line 10. There's a variable declaration. In line number 11, there's a call to a procedure. Line number 12, there's a call to a procedure. I'm passing across two variables, M and N. And whatever happens inside the computer, and then it comes out, and the answer is 510 and 70. Okay. All right, so I hope that helps you. I know you all didn't give me a question, but I've just helped out. Anybody else with a question? Anybody a specific question that you need help with from assessment 3? Anyone? Talk to me.
I'm fine, Mr. Governor. I've reviewed some of the theories, so it should go a bit better this time.
Great. Yes. Okay, thank you, Hendrik. Simon Molapo, Latvia. You. Hey, welcome, you. Hi, you. Okay, I think you is at work.
Good afternoon, Mr. Governor. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Do you have any questions for with regard to assessment 3?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you look at the strategy I showed you how to use code blocks to answer assessment 3 and to check it out?
Yes, I have. The strategy is very helpful, sir.
I'm glad. Right. So use the tools at hand. See, code blocks is there, and they allowed you to use it in the exam as well. So that was in the previous exams. Hopefully this exam as well. Simon, do you have a question for me? DeCarlo, Malapo, or can I call it today?
Well, maybe since it's a bit of a lazy Saturday, Mr. Governor, we ought to give you the day off, or at least a half day.
Thank you, at least a half a day. Thank you, I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Hendrik. All right, so Hendrik is giving me the day off, or half the day off. All right, so I'm going to take him up on this offer. All right, so please go to my and download last year's paper. There's 2023. There's another paper as well. I've got there, June 2022 paper. I've got November 2021 paper. Pagani, for you, you are asking me about the exam. So that'll tell you, there's 2020, 2021, right? Let me tell you what happened 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when they wrote the paper, it was same verbatim, word for word from 2 or 3 years ago, right? I'm telling you, no jokes. That was the paper, right? We saw that. Well, they made 1 or 2 small changes, but it was just, so it's a good idea, a very good idea for you to go over past your papers. You must go over past your papers, please, right?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Governor.
You're
I
welcome.
remember back in Cambridge IGCSE, we also had that problem with the exams being the same for 2 or 3 years in a row.
Really? Which Cambridge, international Cambridge exams?
Yeah, the IGCSE.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, yes. So, if whoever went over a past your paper, they would have scored really good marks, really well.
I seem to recall that I did had 1 or 2 papers that were exactly the same as the exam, so I did quite well in them.
Wow, 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 wow. We shouldn't be telling everybody that because then they'll tell the examiners and the examiners will catch up and then they'll change the papers. Okay? Right. Okay, so we leave that. When we start exam revision, we're going to take past year papers, we're going to go through that, and we'll go over the last 4 or 5 papers, years, and that should hold you in good stead to write the exam. All right. So
Okay.
let's call it a day. I don't know if anybody wants a class photograph, ready for a class photo, or we'll take one next week, or I'll just do a screenshot quickly of people that are here. Let's see. All right, let's do yay, Pagani. Yes, Pagani. Pagani, is that your headboard or that's okay? Thank you, Pagani. Let's get ready for a smile.
Yeah, it's my handmade headboard.
Wow, handmade. Oh my goodness, it looks too. You're a great man. It looks nice. Okay, thank you, Pagani. Thank you, Henrik. I'm gonna post our photo in there, right? Okay, great. All right. Thank you, everybody. And there's my proof that we did some work as well, right? Okay. Goodbye. Oh, Mfundo, you here. Thank you, Mfundo. Keep your camera on. I'll take another photo. Mfundo. Mfundo, put your camera on. Oh, Mfundo. Okay, doesn't matter. You're shy, right? Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye, Pagani. Thank you for your questions. Thank you, Henrik. Thank you,
Bye,
you
sir.
for your
Thank you.
comment.
Bye-bye.
Oh, there's Mfundo as well. Mfundo, kiss. Keep your camera on, Mfundo. Right. Right, I got you, Mfundo. Right. Thank you.
sir.
Oh, I should have stopped the recording. Let's stop the recording.